む目覚めたまえ我が主たちよ
Hey everybody, welcome back to VGC Series 2 is what we're talking about today because they announced the rules last night at midnight, I think, which is a really weird time to announce the rules, but whatever. Anyway, we know what Series 2 is now, which is very, very important because it might be the format for the Orlando Regional. We're actually not sure. Some people are saying that there are tournaments after the Orlando Regional that are confirmed to be Series 1, but I do not believe any official statement has been made about the Orlando Regional specifically, so I'm stressed. Yeah. Anyway, the real big difference between Series 2 and Series 1 is that all the Paradox Pokemon are allowed. So if we look at this list here, it is, well, it's actually, I was going to say it's 14 names shorter, but it's actually only 9 names shorter. 11 names shorter because they added Cinderace, Raboot, and Scorbunny because these are Pokemon that you can catch in the game legally, but they are not in the Paldean Pokedex, so they're not allowed. So we have all the Pokemon that are in the Paldean Pokedex that are, all the Pokemon that you can obtain legally that are not in the Paldean Pokedex, so Berserker, Cinderace, Raboot, because they like specifically have to mention them if they're not included in the Pokedex numbers. And then the Ruinous Pokemon are still not allowed, which is fair, I guess. They're really good. And then Koraidon, Miraidon, obviously they're the box art legendaries. They're not allowed. But the main big difference, like I said, is that now Paradox Pokemon are allowed. So from now, from the 1st of February to March 31st, so 2 months, so they actually made the formats a little bit shorter than last season. I wonder if they're just doing 2-month formats like for all of them or what. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But essentially, now we can use all these Pokemon, and a lot of these Pokemon are really good. These Pokemon are really going to shake up the format. I don't think they'll be as good as they were in like the pre-testing because now people understand like some of the other Pokemon better. Like Goldengo was not very common at all before we started actually playing Series 1. So just keep that in mind. Now we know about stuff like Goldengo. Like some of these Pokemon might have to adapt because Fluttermane, I do not think beats Goldengo at all. Fluttermane probably hard loses to Tailwind Goldengo. So, you know. Anyway, let's talk about some of these specific. Actually, we're going to talk about all of them, but we're going to spend more time on others than, you know, some. The two probably best ones are Roaring Moon and Fluttermane, at least for our purposes. Roaring Moon, obviously, you know, it gets Dragon Dance. It gets Jaw Lock, which is really interesting. I think most of the time you're going to end up running a different Dark-type move than Jaw Lock, but Jaw Lock's pretty good. Usually you run, like, Dragon Dance, Throat Chop. I don't even know if you run a Dragon move, to be honest, because what do we get that's Dragon? Not much that's good, right? Dragon Claw is the best move that we get. So you don't even really need to run a Dragon move because you can, like, Terrastalize whatever. I think people run, like, Terra Flying, which is funny. Or you could, probably we're going to end up running Terra Fire on it. If we have a good fire move besides Fire Fang. I don't know. So Roaring Moon's good. It has great stats. 119 speed, 139 attack. And it's also still relatively bulky. Its defense is basically its lowest relevant stat. And like everything else is awesome. Talking about the abilities really quick, all of the past forms have Photosynthesis, which activates either in the sun or with a booster energy. It raises your highest stat by 1.3 times or 1.5 times if it's your speed stat. It's weird that it does that, but you know, I feel like speed is, for some of these mons, if any of them that are like moderately fast, speed is the stat you want to try to boost because you get the biggest like benefit off of it, if that makes sense. But yeah, Roaring Moon, super good. Fluttermane is crazy good. You run your, at least in the pre stuff, you run your booster energy, you got your Photosynthesis, you just run like Moonblast, Shadow Ball, Mystical Fire, Protect, and it just, look at these stats, hold on. That's 135 special attack, 135 speed. It is the second fastest of all of the Paradox Pokemon. After your booster energy, you're basically faster than anything that could... You're faster than a lot of things under Tailwind, which is insane to me. Like, look at it. What is it? It's 187... 205 times 1.5. I guess you could run 204 so that you get a good number. 204 times 1.5 is 306, right? Yeah, 306, which, like I said, is faster than most Pokemon under Tailwind. I believe that is enough to outspeed Goldengo. So maybe it does have a good Goldengo matchup. I don't know. I guess if the Goldengo Terra steals, it'll be okay. But yeah, you outspeed most things even under Tailwind. It's just, it hits so hard. It does nuts damage. It's crazy. Next up, we have Iron Hands. I like Iron Hands. I think Iron Hands is cool. I really like the Belly Drum set. But most of the time, you're just going to see like booster energy for attack and then fake out close combat. Wide guard? It does not get wide guard. It gets belly drum, but Hariyama gets wide guard. I think Hariyama is just a better Pokemon sometimes just because it has more supporting options. Does it get knockoff? It does not get knockoff. Oh yeah, so usually just going to see fake out close combat, wild charge, protect, I guess. Or maybe like play rough, because it does get play rough. But it has 140 attack, 154 HP. It has a good defense stat, unlike Hariyama. I think Hariyama doesn't have a very good defense stat. This HP more than makes up for the special defense. You could just run like an Assault Vest, and you'll be stupid bulky. It's so hard to take down Iron Hands. Next up, we got Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle is the fastest of all of the Paradox Pokemon. It outspeeds the Misdreavus by 1 speed, which is kind of funny. But basically, it's just go fast and hit things, the Pokemon. It does get some support moves, I think. It gets like Encore. It's one of the only 2 Pokemon in the game that gets Flip Turn, which can be really important. I ran it on a Colossal team. That was fun. Go watch that video about Colossal and Flamigo. And then literally like 2 days later, they announced Series 1, and half the team, you weren't allowed to use it, which is funny. But yeah, really, like, you just kind of run like Icy Wind, Freeze Dry, like Hydro Pump. I don't think it gets a better water type move than Hydro Pump. It doesn't look like it. Maybe it gets Chilling. It does get Chilling Water. You could run Chilling Water. Basically, you just run like Icy Wind, either Freeze Dry or Blizzard, and Hydro Pump, and you run like your Booster Energy or a Sash, and you just smack the crap out of things. Very, very cool Pokemon. Brute Bonnet's really cool. It's like if Amoonguss could hit things really hard. It has 127 attack. It's still super bulky. It's not as bulky as Amoonguss, but it might as well be. Grass Dark is very, very cool because it means you can't be taunted. You still get all of Amoonguss's good support moves. So you get Spore, you still get Rage Powder, and then you can run Sucker Punch, and it gets Close Combat. It gets Seed Bomb. It gets Facade. You still get Pollen Puff. I don't know. This mon is insane. Sometimes this mon is way harder to deal with than Amoonguss. Does it get Clear Smog? That'd be really cool. It doesn't look like it gets Clear Smog. Oh, it does. It does get Clear Smog. Oh, God. Brute Bonnet, everybody. Next up, I want to talk about Iron Moth. Fire Poison. It's pretty fast. 110 is a good speed tier. 140 is a great special attack spear. It still gets Quiver Dance. It doesn't get Quiver Dance. I don't know why I thought it got Quiver Dance. That's crazy. But really, this is just kind of like a Glass Cannon Pokemon. Obviously, you can run a Terra type to cover your 4 times ground weakness. But really, you just click like Fiery Dance, Bug Buzz, Air Slash, and just KO things. Great Tusk. I really like Great Tusk. This is the set that I like to run. It's far from the standard set, but I like to run Booster Energy and then no attack investment, because then our attack stats lower. Well, not no attack investment, but like very little attack investment. So our Booster Energy procs our attack. And then we just run like this. Where's defense? Plus defense minus special attack. Sometimes I have such a hard time finding the nature I want because I don't have them all memorized. But basically you run this and you tank hits and you run it next to like Rotom. And it's really cool. I don't know, because it gets Headlong Rush, which is ground type close combat. It gets Close Combat, which is fighting type close combat. It gets Earthquake, which is spread, Headlong Rush. And you just kind of like smack the crap out of things. I don't know. This is not the best set probably, but getting that speed boost on your dude is really important because you still hit like a truck even without the boosts. So, you know. Iron Valiant is probably one of the most offensively oriented ones. 130 attack, 120 special attack. You can go either way. You got 116 speed, which is a lot of speed. And it gets all the coverage moves it could ever want. I don't know. It might not be as good as Gallade just because it doesn't have sharpness. But it is very offensive, and Fairy Fighting is a very good typing. And I think it's the first Fairy Fighting type, if I'm not mistaken. You get coverage for... Basically, Fairy hits a lot of things neutrally and super effectively, and then Fighting deals with everything except for Poison that Fairy doesn't hit. But you get Psychic type moves to deal with Poison types, so... Iron Thorns is bad. I don't know, man. It's worse than Tyranitar. If it had Sandstream, maybe it'd be good, but Rock Electric is not a fantastic typing. You're 4 times weak to ground. You just have so many weaknesses. I mean, the electric typing does add resistances for Rock. Like, you 4 times resist flying, but it's not great. It's like, you can use it if you want because it has good stats, but I don't know. I don't have a good first impression on Iron Thorns. Iron Jugulus is worse than Hydreigon. Like, it's fine. It's good. You can use it, but I don't know. Does it get Focus Energy? It does get Focus Energy. It doesn't get Draco Meteor, though, right? Yeah, it doesn't get Draco Meteor, so it's kind of just, like, worse than Hydreigon. It does have a different typing, and, like, it does a different thing, but I feel like most of the time, if you want, like, your big special attacker, you're just going to run Hydreigon. Hydreigon has more stats anyway. So, yeah. What are Hydreigon stats? 125? It actually is less special attack than Hydreigon, but it has more speed, I think. You know, I just kind of give and take, I guess. Sandy Shocks is okay. It's not, like, fantastic, but it does hit pretty hard, and it is pretty fast. And it's bulkier than, like, Iron Jugulus. I don't know, its move pool's not great. We're kind of in the ones that aren't super great. Slitherwing is not good. I don't know, man. I wish it was good. It looks so cool, especially in-game. In-game, it looks so cool, but you do get some good moves, like First Impression. I think this one does get Quiver Dance. No, it doesn't. I really thought it got Quiver Dance. I don't know, it should have been Bug Dragon. It does get, like, some good moves, but, like, it's not fantastic. You're probably not going to see that often, but it does do some things. Bug Fighting is just not a great typing. It's kind of like Discount Buzzwole is what it is. Screamtail is the last one I think that's, like, kind of good. It is stupid bulky and stupid fast, which is not something you see very often. So, like, this is a set you can run, and you don't even have to run Focus Sash. But it does get very fast Perish Song, and it gets just a lot of really good support moves. So it gets the Perish Song, it can run Fake Tears, it can run Light Screen and Reflect if you really want to go that route. You get Stealth Rock, which is funny. Yeah, I feel like mostly it's a really fast Perish Song Pokemon. It'll get to click Perish Song way before other Pokemon get to move, which can be good. You don't have to worry about, like, living an attack. But yeah, I don't know. People are going to do something with this. I would expect to see this Pokemon, like, once or twice. I wouldn't be surprised. And lastly, Iron Treads. I don't like it as much as the other guy. Its stats aren't as, like, great. It has less attack. It has more speed. That's really what we're going for here. Its move pool is not as great, but it does, you know, I mean, obviously it's faster and less bulky overall, so it's not a bad Pokemon by any means. Like, Ground Steel's a fine typing. Obviously you can Terrasilize, but you do get, like, Knockoff, you get, like, some Steel coverage, you get some Ground coverage, you get Rock coverage, you get Volt Switch for some reason, which is really, really weird. I don't know, it's not a bad Pokemon, I'm just not as hyped for it, you know what I mean? And that's all the Paradox Pokemon. There wasn't as in-depth for some of the ones at the end, but that's really just because I haven't messed with them, and they're probably worth messing around with, but we'll see that when we get into the next format, because, you know, obviously I can't use it right now. They don't have a showdown format for this format yet. Yeah, I think they're worth messing with. Like, even the bad ones can probably do something, have some kind of a niche. They're just worse than the other Paradox Pokemon, you know what I mean? But you don't really lose anything from running them, because it's not like you can only have one Paradox Pokemon per team. But yeah, that's Ranked Battle Series 2. All 14, if I counted right, of these Pokemon are allowed. They're all good Pokemon. I mean, even the ones where I was like, these are bad. I mean, they're not bad Pokemon. They're just not great Pokemon, if that makes sense. But yeah, let me know what you think about Series 2. Do you think it's going to be a fun format? Do you think we're all going to hate it? Are we going to hate having ruined Pokemon even more? I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Are you excited for these Paradox Pokemon? I know some people are. And go ahead and subscribe. We're going to be covering Series 2 as soon as we can start playing games, probably. So if you want to see that, go ahead and subscribe. Stick around for a little while. There's merch in the description. I don't know. You can just go look at it. You don't have to buy anything. I just want you guys to see it and tell me it's pretty, really. If you want to buy it, you go for it. You don't have to buy anything. I just want you to go look at it and tell me that it's good merch. With that, everybody, my name is Andrew. I'll catch you guys next time.